What's happening, family? This is Gen X Cowboy coming to you from Family First. We at the Combine, and we got some interviews with some of the defensive coaches. Let's go. I'm trying to get me a workout in here. The show don't stop. I'm over 50, man. I got to get it in what I can. Let's go. We gonna get some interviews on, man. My man Patrick Walker talking to Chidera Uribe. Yeah. Let's go. What's happening, Cowboy Nation? This is Gen X Cowboy coming to you from Family First. Excuse me, man. I'm just getting the workout on. The show don't stop. Let's get into these interviews. I ain't going to hold you. Our first interviews are going to be with Tommy Yarish, talking to our new defensive back coach. Let's go.
Here at the Combine in Indianapolis, joined now by new Cowboys defensive backs coach and passing game coordinator, Derek Ansley. Derek, thanks so much for the time. First of all, what have these past couple of weeks been like, and what was the process like when you interviewed with Christian Parker and the Cowboys to ultimately get here, and how does his vision marry with what you want to do?
Man, it's been awesome. I guess 2+ weeks now. We kind of hit the ground running. The interview process was amazing, very thorough, which I can respect. Coach Shotty was very, due diligent in the interview process. We got a chance to touch a lot of different people in the organization, from Will McClay to some of the assistant coaches to some of the support staff. So it's very thorough that way. Getting a chance to work with Christian has really been a dream, come true. We've known each other for 10+ years now. We're both secondary coaches by nature, so we've always talked ball, and we see things the same way. Just excited.
So they know each other. That's great.
You mentioned all of you guys being secondary guys.
Camaraderie.
Yourself, Christian, Ryan Smith as well. What is that trio and marriage going to look like in terms of how you develop the back end of this defense?
Love this question.
Yeah, I think it was very strategic of who we hired in the secondary to be the brain trust. I think Christian's kind of had a couple guys on his radar, and if he ever gets his shot, I think you kind of see the product of that with myself and Ryan and Robert Muschamp. So it's been really good to get guys that see the game the way you see it. Coach for the right reasons. They have servant hearts for the players. That's our only goal. Just come here and try to help our players be the best they can be. In the same step, trying to help Christian be the best that he can be, and ultimately help us win championships.
You've learned from a lot of coaches over your career, but Nick Saban is one of the guys that a lot of people point to as one of the better defensive backs developers ever. When you were at Alabama, what are some of the things that you plucked from him that you still use nowadays in your coaching style?
Yeah, I had the opportunity to work for Coach 2 separate occasions. One occasion, I was a graduate assistant with the secondary, so I got a chance to see it from that lens. And then 4 or 5 years later, I came back to be the actual secondary coach to work with him. So he's in every meeting. He's very much involved in the secondary. Things I've taken with him, some of the core values of, playing man-to-man the right way, tackling the right way, communicating. Some of the daily drills that we did back then, we still do now. We've added some remixes to them. But the core values of being physical, tackling, and having size at the position are some of the core values I've taken with me.
Let me tell you something, man. I did not know this man worked with Saban more than once. So he's taking some of those traits that Nick Saban has. This could be our new defensive coordinator if Christian Parker get plucked for a head coach position in next year or 2 years from now. This guy could be the next guy coming. I noticed one thing in common too, guys. We're getting a lot of college coaches, right? I know this guy wasn't in college, but he has that background. We're getting younger. We're getting teachers. Now, one thing I will say about Shotty, I'm loving the teaching aspect of it. He loves teaching. Let's listen to another interview with Patrick C. Walker, and he's interviewing our linebacker coach, Chidera Uribe. This guy came from Georgia. My dogs, my Georgia Bulldogs. Y'all check out his interview and see what he has to say.
Linebackers coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Shadera Uzo-Diribe, spent the last couple seasons or so under Kirby Smart's tutelage at the University of Georgia. First and foremost, welcome to the Cowboys. And how did it feel when you got that call letting you know that you were coming to Dallas?
Man, I appreciate it. Honestly, it was a surprise. Truly a blessing. But it was just one of those opportunities that, you can't say no to, So forever thankful to Coach Smart and his tutelage, but excited for the new opportunity in Dallas.
That's one hell of a tree to come from in Kirby Smart in Georgia. What's one of the biggest things you felt like you learned from Kirby that helped translate for you at the NFL level?
Yeah, I think just not being fearful to confront and demand the expectation from the players. Obviously Coach Smart confronts and demands from his coaches, and the coaches are required to do the same thing for their players. Being able to show that consistency with them, that's going to be one of the hugest and biggest things I think I take with me.
Christian Parker is a fast riser in the coaching ranks. What's your initial first impression of Christian Parker and the way he's built the staff around him?
Yeah, I think obviously a clear vision. He's clear in terms of his communication of what he wants and how he wants it done. So as an assistant coach, seeing that vision and seeing and getting the communication, it paints a clear picture in terms of how he wants it done, where he wants this thing to go, and it makes it easier for us as well.
Guys, let me tell you something. I'm getting so excited. I'm going to tell you, I try not to bite into, getting all hyped up, man. These past few years, especially, we've been struggling. And every all season, and everybody said, the Cowboy fans said, this is our year. This is our year. But this time, this defense, you telling me we got coaches who coach with Nick Saban and Kirby Smart on the defensive side of the ball. Man, if you're not excited for this defense, I don't know what will get you excited. Let's listen to a little more.
You guys start working here in boots on the ground here in Indy at the NFL Combine. The Cowboys are switching from a 4-3 to a primary 3-4 outside linebackers. What are you looking for? What are some of the main traits you're looking for from some of these prospects that could intrigue for the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, always with that position, the two main jobs are obviously setting edges in the run game, right? Being physical at the point of attack, and obviously getting after the quarterback. Those are going to be the two biggest things that we got to be able to check those boxes. Yes. There are going to be some different things and tasks that those guys are asked to do, but at the end of the day, those are going to be the top two things that we prioritize.
And how closely will you work with the inside linebackers coach and just as a whole getting that unit, or will you be specifically on outside linebackers and your edge rushers?
Yeah, specifically with the outside linebackers, but defensive football, everybody's got to coincide and work together, right? You talk about inside backers, defensive line, outside linebackers, right? The DBs coordinating the run game, right? We all got to do a great job of being on the same page, so there's going to be a lot of time spent with one another.
Ladies and gentlemen, your newest outside linebackers coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Shadera Uzo-Diribe. He's ready to get to work.
Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I try not to buy into the hype. I do, man. I try to limit myself every year with these Cowboys, especially in the offseason. Now, I wasn't as hyped up I was last year because, I wasn't crazy about Brian Schottenheimer as a head coach. But, man, Christian Parker, what everybody's saying about this guy around the league, and now he's bringing in these coaches, these college coaches coming from Nick Saban background, Kirby Smart background, young. Man, how can you not be hyped up about this defense, man? I can't wait to see what happens, man. Listen, man, I'm going to finish this workout. This is Gen X Cowboy coming to you from Family First. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I plan to bring you guys some great content moving forward. Y'all stay up.